What's good, y'all? Today, as you may see from the title, the long-awaited video about boondocks is finally here, and I'm sorry for the wait, but funnily, a subscriber commented on one of my videos and just say, "Hey, bro, where the boondocks video?" I'm like, "Ah, okay, now it's time to finally, um, you know, put the video." Simply, that's just pretty much what it is. I'm just the first thing I'm about to do, I'm just about to explain how Boondocks even, how the Boondocks as itself, the series even was created. So basically, Boondocks is nothing more than just a cartoon. Aaron Magruder, the actual creator of this story, basically created this as a cartoon. He's a really talented, how do I even call him? I mean, he's artistic. He can draw characters, and he pretty much created a cartoon, which then led to film agency reaching out to him and asking him, "Oh, can so maybe we should just collab and then shoot a or just animate a series, to just to make even more bread." I mean, obviously, it was also a very good product at the end, but this is how it was created. So Boondocks, pretty much the construct how Boondocks was actually even filmed and animated in general is Boondocks, pretty much they had black characters. It was mainly the series was mainly black, or melanated people was in there as main characters, and um they pretty much, all the struggles they have to face in America, being a black man or being black kids. They pretty much put that everything into one animated series. So for example, the issues if you live in a hood or something, the 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 life in the suburbs as a black family or something like that, or how school is going for black kids or whatever. So pretty much their whole life was pictured in one animated series in 4 seasons. So you pretty much saw what they did, what people usually do, how they react, what they pretty much do. For example, how whole lot of black families watch like entertaining shows and they are pretty much completely rigged and stuff. So I'm about to go in detail on these things, but I want to make sure that you pretty much understand what the series is pretty much about. So it's pretty much touches on problems and issues in the black community in America, and it pretty much shows the truth. It really shows the truth. Funny wise, I don't even know how Magruder was even allowed to do certain things, because there actually was too much true. Honestly, it was too much true. But I think it was covered by comedy, so people wouldn't really like get the picture. They wouldn't really understand. So pretty much, my point is, um, I love the series. I really love it. It was so much fun watching it. It was really funny, but I also saw a lot of spiritual kind of like sort of you know hints that the series was pretty much showing us. So I came to a conclusion that Huey is a spiritual person. So Huey is a person that awakened, and he's pretty much a spiritual warrior. So listen to me. How I'm gonna back it up? This is what I'm here for. So listen, Huey is obviously he's much different than all of his surroundings. He's even take his brother as an example. Riley is a typical kid back in the day. In when was the first season made? Like 08, 09, something like that. A typical kid. He was looking up to actually celebrities that was wanna be gangster, so he was, dressing like them. He was talking like them. He was acting like them. He was the face of every, or not every, but a lot of kids back in the day. That was influenced by that type of things. So, but Huey, listen to me. But Huey is a much more, is a complete different story. Complete different story. Huey is literally what a spiritual young guy is, or like a spiritual kid. It is just how we are, just like how we are. I know pretty much my audience is my age, and we're all guys at the end of the day. I don't think I have female viewers. I don't think so. But this is really what he was doing. Pretty much living our lifestyle. So listen to me. He was much different, He was he was a lone wolf, He did pretty much majority of the things that he did it by himself, He did it alone. He sat in his room. He was, working on the computer. He was researching, doing research. He was, for example, in the one episode when he was like given this opportunity to create a complete theater. How what was it called? He was an act or something, like he was about the black Jesus and stuff. I'm about to go in on that too, but when he was given this objective, he literally did it by himself, literally alone. And he already knows that he's alone, He already knows, even though he has his brother, his grandpa, they're not there for him. They're just his relative, and he only can depend on himself. He does. He only can depend on himself. So if you think about it, he's a really, really spiritual person. So also, I mean, he talks on the injustices in his community, how the world is run by the white man, which is true. And how they pretty much manipulate us. He talked about the issues about MTV, how they pretty much, they literally enslave your ass into watching the TV. They brainwash them, black people, or people that watch us in general, but mostly black people, because it's black entertainment. So he voiced his opinions about it. He pretty much, he voiced his opinion about it. He was talking, but nobody listens to him. This is the issue. We spiritual people, spiritual warriors, we are literally a joke to them. We are a fucking joke. They don't take us serious. Dead ass. And listen to me. I'm about to make an example what the fuck I experienced in my life. I'm in school, obviously. I'm young as hell. So we were sitting in biology, and we was talking about the coronavirus, because our current subject was the viruses and stuff, how they fucking go in the body, whatever. So me being me, she was talking about, in Berlin there was a whole lot of protests about coronavirus being fake and shit, which is partly true. But she mentioned the Berlin thing, and talk about, oh, there's a whole lot of conspiracy theorists that think it's fake, and they protest, and they're so stupid, and the whole class, ha ha ha, yes, of course. Boom, I was so fucking disrespected, bro. She literally called us conspiracy theorists. This is ridiculous. Like, bro, that ass, like, I was really about to throw my ones. I was really wanting to run my ones with this bitch, bro. That ass. I was so disrespected at that point. So, me being me, I have an open voice. My throat chakra open as hell, bro. I'm raising my hand. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that bitch. I'm finna preach on these motherfuckers. So she picks me, obviously, and I'm like, okay, you might think those people are conspiracy theories, but can you explain me the fact that there's so much information on the internet and you still call it a conspiracy? Like, bro, that ass. There's so many conspiracy theories that are fucking proven. They are proven. This is a fact, bro. I mentioned the story with the rapist and his fucking child trafficking island. I don't know what the fuck his name was. Whatever. Maybe some of y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Listen to me. I told him, like, there is a billionaire, millionaire, fucking trillionaire in America called so and such and such. He dead ass got fucking caught having an island and literally transporting little melanated kids to his island and then beating them cheeks. He got it fucking exposed. Couple years ago, people were talking, oh, this is a conspiracy, this such and such is, doing child trafficking and having a child sex island. People like, oh, this is a conspiracy theory. We don't trust them. But now they have the facts and still don't want to fucking accept this shit. This is ridiculous. So back to the Huey situation. So literally he's speaking facts about MTV. He's speaking about facts about school. He literally calls school a prison, which is actually facts. I'm gonna make a whole different video about this. He was speaking on MTV. He was speaking on fast food. He was speaking on school. He was speaking on rap music. He was speaking about everything, and he literally got fucking laughed at. And at the end of the day, he was sitting back home watching these motherfuckers completely destroy their lives, and then they came back home and said, damn, you was right. Guess what? Duh, obviously. So listen to me. And one of the major, now I'm about to come to like the real spiritual shit, which really opened my eyes to how Huey is being portrayed in this series. Listen to me. I having goosebumps, low key. Listen to me. One time, in I think it was like the last episode of first or second season or something, he had a friend in prison, and he was sentenced like wrongly. Obviously, I mean, they literally catch black people and they fucking kill them because they just want to. They just have fun with them. But obviously, was sentenced. He was not the victim. He was not a victim. He was not the person that killed him. So listen, he was behind bars, and he was sentenced to that he was sentenced to death penalty, obviously. So Huey, he fought so fucking hard, he tried so hard. He tried to break into fucking, um the prison. He tried everything, but he couldn't do it. So then him being a spiritual warrior, he just went to a tree, and this tree actually represents a whole lot of stuff. I'm about to talk about that later. So he went to his tree, and to where he pretty much chills all the time, except for as his home. He went to this tree. It was raining. It was raining at that point, and he literally got so mad and so angry. He was crying. Obviously, he was fucking hurt. He was in pain because his friend was about to die. He was so angry and so mad. So he pretty much made the fucking the blitzes and shit happen. Literally, he was so mad and angry that he fucking screamed out his lungs, and literally blitzes came from the sky. I'm not saying, oh, it's a coincidence. He dead ass literally made the blizzards come. He dead ass made the fucking electricity go down in the prison. And as soon as they tried to kill his ass, boom, the electricity got down because he forced it. He literally forced the fucking shit to happen. It's not a coincidence, bro. It's not a coincidence. He dead ass did it. And we could do it too, honestly, but I can't do it, maybe soon, I don't know. But listen to me. Next thing, at some point in the series, it was a episode about him having an FBI agent. Now this is very interesting. We all know the memes, FBI agent, whatever, blah blah blah. We know this. My iPhone that I'm recording this video on knows my face. It knows everything about me, obviously. But guess what? I don't give a fuck. We are literally being spied on every single day, and people don't even notice. People notice and still have these iPhones. I mean, which is a double standard, but fuck it. Who the fuck cares? If they want to come for me, I'm finna run my ones. If I get killed, I don't give a fuck. So listen, and this is the point. If you reach a certain vibration on this planet, they don't even have to know what you're posting, what you're talking about in your family. They don't have to have cameras. If you are on a specific vibration, they will literally come for your ass. No homo. Literally. People are gang stalking on people, or these gang stalkers are literally spying on people that are spiritual and have a high vibration. I'm dead ass I'm dead ass serious. So listen to me. This is what happened. He got an FBI agent, he got an FBI agent, and he pretty much knew everything he was doing. He knew everything. This FBI agent isn't a person. It is a spirit. He was pretty much a spirit that always watched on him, but it was a bad spirit, obviously. When it was an FBI agent, duh. So Huey was like, he was kind of like, he wasn't scared. Huey wasn't scared of anything, bro. He's straight face, 24/7. And when he saw him, he was like, who are you? He was explaining himself. He was talking about, I know what you're doing. I know why you're acting, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, okay. And then he turned around and he disappeared. So explains he is a spirit. They shapeshift. So he pretty much was watching him the whole time. But Huey didn't give a fuck. He said, you know what? Fuck you. So listen, and then throughout the series, from that point on, you saw this FBI agent, coming into his life, and then, speaking his 2 cents. But the funny thing is, only Huey could see him, because guess what? His third eye was open, so only he was being able to see the spirit. Hey, this is my explanation, or how I saw it. So then the funny thing is, in one of the episodes, I think it was the episode where a stink meter got into one of his friends. I think I forgot his name. The one black guy that acted like he had like his Sarah was his wife. What was his name? Mr. Dubois, Mr. Dubois, obviously. So I mean, he got possessed by stink meter. So when they tried to like literally beat the fuck out of Mr. Dubois, so Miss Stink meter could have just went out of him to just escape. She just what the fuck I'm talking about. He just disappeared or some shit. I don't know. Then Huey was like, bro, like this can't be like the real, solution to this because they're literally beating his ass with the, the funny clip, where it's like, read and shit. Or he was beating his ass with the whip, with the police stick, this, I mean, it's all comedy, obviously, but and then suddenly literally a spirit came and he would talk to the spirit and he asked for like some advice and spirit was like, okay, do this and do that, don't beat his ass, just do something, and this is also an explanation how we can connect to our spirits or to different spirits or good spirits. He did it. He literally did it. He connected with a spirit or one of his ancestors. I don't know, one of those two, and he got the answers. Boom. Nobody could have did it. Not Riley, not fucking his grandpa or Ruckus. He did it. But guess what? Because he's a spiritual god. So listen, this is literally Huey is literally being portrayed as a woke, not a woke because I don't like using the term woke because people people think, oh, they know everything only because they fucking read something on Instagram, whatever. He's a spiritual guy, so he literally he was able to do those type of things. So you know in general, Boondocks is talking about the all the problems that are in happen in America, and they pretty much portray Huey as this young god and young spiritual warrior, and people don't even recognize it. They only see the funny side. They only see the side of Riley and how he's so silly and how he's so funny. Other things. For example, they talked about, for example, when they was in prison, when the Ruckus did a excursion in the prison with the little kids, he was like, or something like that. He asked some of the prisoners, and then he would say like, oh, like, oh, for example, as the prisoners pretty much freed themselves from this chains and shit, they was starting beating like Ruckus ass or something, and Ruckus like, oh, don't fight me, take these kids, and then the prisoners say, oh, we ain't no goddamn pastors, we don't want them kids, so they literally telling y'all in your eyes that these motherfucker demons is having sex with the babies. They're fucking pedos. So they say, "Oh, I'm not no pastor. I don't give a fuck about them kids." So I mean, obviously it was funny, but the truth is, the kids are being fucking, fucked by these fucking demons. So, yeah. For example, the story with the Black Jesus. How he had to organize a theater for this, for this play, and how actually, for example, bro, the first words of the fucking first chapter or whatever, the first episode ever, the first words he said it was, Jesus Christ is not white. 9/11 was simply um made up so the government could fucking completely destroy Middle East, and the one of the president was fucking evil. I think it was one of the presidents. He was evil because his name was like 666 or whatever, something like that. Watch this part, and then pretty much, then in one of the episodes when he directed the Jesus Christ play, he literally told that even he was not a Christian, none of that. Huey, it was never shown that Huey is that Huey believed in any religion. It wasn't. So you don't even know even if he's religious or not. But I'm assuming he's not because why would he? So he said even if Jesus Christ existed, he had to be black. He had to be. And this is pure facts. Jesus Christ did not exist. He did not exist. Even if he existed, it wasn't no fucking son of God. It was pure fake. They just picked a random motherfucker off the street, said, bro, we just finna write a whole book on your ass and you're gonna be a big thing or something. He's like, okay. But even if Jesus Christ existed, he had to be black. This is why white people literally destroy black men, because everything you have, they take that shit from you. Simple. It this shit happened 6,000 years ago. Jesus Christ. Oh no, it happened 2020 years ago. I'm sorry, but um, religion was created 6,000 years ago, but the Christianity was created much later. So the point is, um, he literally told y'all how Jesus Christ, even if he existed, he had to be black. So um, this is why the project or the imagination of black Jesus isn't actually wrong, but Jesus isn't a fucking god or something. He's just a normal dude. So yeah, and actually one thing I actually popped in my head right now. Huey is actually never seen eating meat. It is so funny. It is so funny, and this is crazy. This also, I saw this once in the episode where Grandpa, he had his own restaurant, Itis. It was called Itis, where he pretty much had this fucking food that was so packed with like this dirty shit. He had bacon on top of onion rings, on top of a patty, on top of cheese, on top of mac and cheese. Or fuck, it's like the whole fucking this disgusting food put in the one thing, and he was pretty much selling it. And people obviously that was fucking loving it, that was eating that shit, was falling asleep immediately because this food is literally eating your fucking. It is eating your inside. So listen, obviously he wasn't eating none of that shit. Even as the episode started, you see he had green. He had green beans on his table, while everybody else had burgers and shit. He had green beans on his table. Simple. He was not eating no meat. I think he's either vegetarian or vegan because I have never seen him drink a milk. Actually, maybe I think in one episode he was eating cereal. I think so. He might be just vegetarian, but he was never seen eating meat, eating eggs or whatever. Just none of that shit. So this is also shows what I mean. I'm vegetarian. It is hard being a vegan because that shit is expensive, and that is actually very hard. So I'm just progressing. I'm slowly progressing. I'm taking my own steps. So I'm vegetarian. So as I saw, it's like, okay, this is a very, very, this is a hint. So yeah, in general, this is pretty much my 2 cents about it. I hope y'all could understand what I'm talking about. The parts where I just, because prove it yourself. Don't take my information as pure factual. Just watch the whole, rewatch the whole series, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. But I think most of y'all know what I'm talking about. It was obviously you had to watch the series to watch this video. Spoiled a whole lot of shit, so don't be mad at me. It was your fault. So yeah, the series is very funny. It was very funny, but it was also very spiritual and very spiritual enlightening. So yeah, my next video is gonna be about school, and especially school's started already, and I'm gonna talk about it and women. Because my audience is purely men, so I mean I have fucking 10 followers. I don't know, but I fucks with y'all, bro. Y'all are my guys, but y'all are my kings. But I'm gonna talk about that later. Don't call me a simp. I'm about to explain myself in that video. And yeah, this is pretty much the video. Thanks for watching. If I had like background noise, don't mind me. It's just my family. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching, bros, guys, girls. I don't know. Yeah, like I said, eat healthy, take care of yourself, love yourselves, and peace. Oh yeah, guys, I forgot to say the thing with the tree, how we, how spiritual people, we connect with nature. We sit outside, we connect with trees, we enjoy the beautiful wind. We breathe out. All those beautiful things. He did it as well. He was his one of Huey's favorite places to be at was his tree. This one, hill with the tree. He was always lying down on the tree, which is pretty much enjoying his view, and he's pretty much being by himself. Meditating, literally meditating. And also, Huey, the Mr. Dubois' daughter, she liked Huey a lot. And Huey being Huey, how we spiritual warriors, we don't really need relationships that much. Our 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 first chakra, our how was it? Our root chakra is completely, is activated, and we don't have that lust in us. We don't have this desire to do things and let our brain and our hormones manipulate our lives. We don't really chase girls. We don't really chase no attention. We're just keeping it to ourselves and are being completely cool. That's the point. So he doesn't really need this little girl's attention, even though they could get, they're little kids. They're like 11. They could eventually be like in a relationship, but that's besides the point. It just shows, how he's such focused on his purpose, so focused on his craft, on his, experience, that he completely ignores those type of things. He connects with the future as well. That's what I had to add. And bro, I'm sorry. I just rewatched the video that I just did. Bro, this is a sock, okay? This is a sock. It looks hella hideous, It does. But, I don't really see that because I don't really look at the ceiling, but this is a fire alarm, and it's right above my bed. So when I sleep, that shit is blinking red the whole time, and I can't sleep with that shit. So I put a fucking sock on that bitch, and this shit is literally up there for like 4 months and shit. So I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for that. I actually, my mom told me, like, bro, get that shit off my face. That shit looks hideous. Just turn the fucking fire alarm off. I'm like, okay. So I kept forgetting that shit. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm out.